Hello, everyone. Dave here.
And I'm Dirk.
And we had a feast at Hemlock Vale that didn't quite go so well, did it?
No, it did not. So now, just to make up for that wonderful time, we're going to go look at a party to die for.
Yeah, but, it's just a Midwinter Gala, so what possibly could go wrong?
Nah, what possibly could go wrong? Yeah.
So, Fantasy Flight had an article for an upcoming product called the Midwinter Gala, and it's coming in August, and we thought we would go over the review article.
All right, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So, it's the dead of winter, and Arkham's social elite have arrived in mist-shrouded Kingsport for an exquisite gala hosted by the enigmatic Lantern Club. Unfortunately, it doesn't take long before nightmarish creatures crash the festivities. See, I told you.
In Arkham?
And it falls to you to uncover the club's dark schemes before Arkham's most powerful leaders all meet a terrible fate. Terrible fate. Yes.
Fantasy Flight Games is proud to announce the Midwinter Gala, a brand new scenario pack for Arkham Horror, the card game.
All right. In this thrilling scenario pack, 1 to 4 investigators must ally with one of 5 factions and work together to claim a powerful relic at the center of the Lantern Club's nefarious plot. Ooh, so the factions. So I wonder if like they've got to be what's the? Oh, I know the word for this.
Aggression, justice, leadership, protection.
No, they've got to be to where they're all different. They do different things. So depending on who you go with.
Probably.
But let's see. So like with previous scenario packs, the Midwinter Gala can be played standalone or inserted into a campaign as a side story. The scenario can be played can even be played semi-cooperatively between different groups of investigators as you see who can net the highest score at the end. Ooh.
Or semi-competitively, as it's written.
What did I say?
Semi-cooperatively.
That's what I said.
Yeah, which is semi-competitively, I guess.
Competitive. That's what I like to call it.
Meet and greet. On a frigid winter's night, the mysterious Lantern Club has invited you, your fellow investigators, and several social elites to an exquisite party at their lavish Kingsport manor. The main attraction of this party is a renowned relic known as the Jewel of Sarnath, said to turn dreams into reality and bring nightmares to life.
No.
You are tasked by a client to acquire this powerful artifact and thwart the Lantern Club's treacherous scheme. As for who that client is, well, that's where things get interesting.
Yeah. So, well, it looks like you are right. It does look like they are the different classes, yeah. So, because it looks like we've got one in each here, but
yep.
We'll take a look at those a little bit closer here in a second. So, at the very beginning of the scenario, you will align with one of 5 factions of your choice: the Foundation, Miskatonic University, the Syndicate, the Silver Twilight Lodge, or the locals of Kingsport. This decision greatly shapes how the rest of the scenario will look for you, determining not only your objective, but also which guest allies you'll have access to during the events of the gala. For example, if you ally with Miskatonic University, you could recruit the medical examiner, Dr. Maya Badri, or the faculty curator, Lucas Tetlau, to aid you during the scenario. Likewise, if you choose the Silver Twilight Lodge, then you could gain the assistance of lodge members like Prudence Douglas or Sarah Van Shaw. If you're playing the Midwinter Gala as a side story in a larger campaign, then you may even get to add one of these allies to your deck for the rest of the campaign, assuming you survive the night, which is not a guarantee because this is Arkham after all.
All right, so let's take a look.
Just ask James.
Yeah, that's why he's not with us anymore.
Bye, James. Bye, James.
All right, so we got the Foundation allied. The authorities seem to want you to acquire the jewel by force. Good luck taking it from the Bloodless Man. Force.
I think we know who the bad guy is now.
Yeah, when the Bloodless Man Unleashed is defeated, if the Jewel of Sarnath is attached to him, attach it to his location. As an action, if the Jewel of Sarnath is at your location and the Bloodless Man is not in play, take control of the Jewel of Sarnath and place 1 damage on it.
Uh-oh.
Objective. At the end of the round, if the investigators control the Jewel of Sarnath, they may spend 2 clues per investigator as a group to advance this act. End of game scoring. 4 points if no non-weakness enemies are in play. 2 points instead if exactly 1 non-weakness enemy is in play.
Okay, so it looks like with the Unleash, so I'm assuming that he's going to be double-sided, and we probably have to flip him in some way, is what it feels like.
Most likely.
And then with the jewel taking damage, it sounds like that you could actually lose the jewel altogether just by it being damaged. So it sounds like you want him in play, but you need to flip him somehow. So that's just kind of guessing here.
Right. And each objective is probably 5 different objectives.
Yeah, different things for it. Yeah. All right. So the Miskatonic University, which is allied with the hold on, wait a minute. No, not why do I keep wanting to call them the investigators? The Seekers. You are assisting Dean Caldwell with acquiring the jewel. Acquiring. I love the quotes. But first, you'll have to persuade Declan Pierce to give it up. Declan Pierce cannot be damaged or leave play while the Jewel of Sarnath is attached. If Declan Pierce is at your location, you can parlay to place up to 2 of your clues on Declan. Then if 3 clues per investigator or more clues are on him, take control of the Jewel of Sarnath and add Declan to the victory display. The objective is at the end of the round. If the investigators control the Jewel of Sarnath, they may advance the act. In the game scoring is you get 1 point per 2 per investigator total cards in hands among all investigator to a maximum of 4 points. Oh, that's an interesting end of game one.
Mm-hmm.
That is neat. So I'm wondering. So they're definitely
because some seekers like to have large hands.
Yeah.
So there's that deck style where if you have 10 or more cards in hand.
Yeah. And then, so we've got 2 different villains here. So I wonder if the villain is completely dependent on what's even going to come out when you do your setup, or if multiple villains can come out. I kind of wonder how that's going to work out. We'll have to see.
Yep. All right. So this is the rogue one, the Syndicate Allied. It's a job and nothing more. You can abscond with the jewel. You'll be handsomely rewarded. As an action, spin 1 clue per investigator. Look at the mystery, a face down card beneath your location. As a lightning action, during your turn, if there's at least 1 per investigator or fewer clues on a location with a mystery, draw that mystery. Objective: find the Jewel of Sarnath and escape. At the end of the round, if an investigator at the lobby controls the Jewel of Sarnath, the investigators may spend 4 clues per investigator as a group to advance the act. In the game scoring, 1 point per 3 investigators. 1 point per 3 per investigator resources among all investigators. So again, rogues like to have lots of money. So that makes sense.
So the face down card. So I'm guessing here then the mystery. So the jewel is going to be one of the mystery cards, is what my guess is here. Yeah. So you just have to find it. That's why you have to go to the different locations.
Yeah, you probably have to explore each location or something, maybe.
And I'm sure they're going to have things kind of like helping you explore.
Right, yeah. Or at least there's no monsters.
Exactly, sure. No, those monsters are there to help. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll help you dig it up out of your chest. The Silver Twilight Lodge. So this is the Mystic faction. They are so you're allied with them. Carl Sanford has promised you a lavish reward for acquiring the jewel. But can you really trust him? This is Arkham. You can't trust him. I can tell you that right now. You have to sense the jewel's presence as an action to discard the top card of the encounter deck. You may draw that card. Group limit twice per round.
They're obviously good. Silver is in their name. Of course, Silver, yes. Twilight. It's all like starry and mystery, and they're got their head in the clouds.
So your objective with them is to find the Jewel of Sarnath. At the end of the round, if the investigators control the jewel, they may spend 5 clues. You notice you keep going up?
Yep.
5 clues per investigator as a group to advance the act. The end of game scoring is 1 point for each treachery with no victory points in the victory display. Oh, you put treacheries in the victory display. That's... I'm sure we will find out how to do that, because I'm not sure how to do that right now.
Right. So what you're saying is if it's getting harder, we should just stick with the Guardian one, right?
That's what it looks like, but
all right, so
you know how they're so great at gathering clues.
And then the survivor is the locals of Kingsport. Bane has hinted at the dangerous power of the jewel. Perhaps you can wrest control of it from Declan Pierce.
Ah, so Declan's back.
The nightmare will end. Force, when Declan Pierce is defeated, attach the Jewel of Sarnath to its location. As an action, if the Jewel of Sarnath is attached to your location, you attempt to purge the corruption from the jewel. Test Strength or Agility 3. If you succeed, remove 1 token from it. You may take control of it. Objective: at the end of the round, if the investigators control the Jewel of Sarnath and it has no tokens on it, they may spend 3 clues per investigator as a group to advance the act.
Oh, so it dropped down a little bit more. Okay.
In the game scoring, 4 points minus 1 point for each card in the guest deck to a maximum of 0 points. Minimum.
Oh, maximum. That would suck.
Yeah. To a maximum of 0 points.
You lose points for this one. Okay, so now we have some of the allies that we've got. So there's Dr. Myra Badry. She's a medical examiner. She's an asset that costs 2. She's a Miskatonic guest. Your maximum hand size is increased by 2. So that actually helps with the objective. That's nice. So you can exhaust her as an action to investigate. Your base... wait, hold on. What is that one called? Wait a minute.
Intellect.
Intellect. Your base intellect value I just call it the books. For this investigation is X, where X is equal to the number of cards in your hand. Disturbingly lifelike, isn't it?
Right. Yes. And I guess
she's got 2 and 2 for her stats.
Right, and it provides 2 books and 2 agility.
Yep.
If you play her as an ally. All right. Then we got Lucas Tetlow. He costs 2 books, 2 strength. Ally guest Misatonic as a reaction. After the last clue is discovered at your location, exhaust Lucas Tetlow. Search the top 9 cards of your deck for an item, asset, and draw it. If it's a relic, gain 2 resources. If it's a tome, you may play it, paying its cost. If it's a tool, discover 1 clue at a connecting location. Shuffle your deck. He's got 3 physical, 1 mental.
Okay, and then his resources are 2 books and 2 strength.
Which is what I said, yep.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Oh, yeah, sorry. But if you look at him, I think we know where the Monopoly Man started. We know his name now. It's Lucas.
Yep.
All right, so we've got Prudence Douglas here. She's a pragmatic occultist. She is with the Mystic faction. She is a ally guest sorcerer for the Silver Twilights. So she costs 2. I think all of these cost 2, it looks like. Well, no, wait, the one in the background there doesn't. But she provides 2 mental and 2 agility. She has 3 portents for uses. And as a lightning action, during your turn, you can spend 1 portent and exhaust her to look at the top 4 cards of the encounter deck. Discard up to 2 non-elite cards from among them and put the rest back on top in any order. So she helps you mill through the encounter deck. Okay.
Okay.
And, she has got 2 physical and 2 mental.
All right. So they don't all cost 2. Here's Sarah Van Shaw.
Fine, they just had to prove
She
me
costs
wrong.
3.
I see how it is.
2 strength, 2 agility. Ally guest Silver Twilight. As an action, spend up to 2 resources and exhaust Sarah Van Shaw. Fight. Add your will value to your skill value for this attack. For each resource spent, this attack deals +1 damage.
I like the names of her dogs. Ares and Hades.
Ares, Hades. Yeah. Good boys. Yep. And 3 physical, 1 mental.
All right. Okay, then we have Carl Sanford, who has no cost. So apparently is he a permanent? It doesn't say permanent, but that looks like a permanent to me.
Or he doesn't go in your deck, maybe.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Oh, yeah, he doesn't take up an ally slot either, like the others do. But he provides, he does have resources, though. So he provides a mental, a books, and a strength. You get +1 mental. You have 1 additional arcane slot. As a reaction, after a revelation effect on a non-weakness treachery is canceled, exhaust Carl. Add that treachery to the victory display pile. Okay, so there's where you add them. So we need him to do that. So he's got to be out there. So
yeah.
And so as a forced action, when Carl leaves play, remove him from the game.
Yeah. Okay. So he doesn't go in your deck. I don't know why he's got skill icons. That's kind of strange.
So I wonder. Yeah, that is kind of strange. I kind of wonder because he won't go into your deck when he leaves play. So.
Oh well, maybe. I don't remember if it's in play, but like Charlie Kane has something to do with like skill icons on allies, but he's not an ally though. Yeah, I don't know.
No, well, yeah, he's a leader and a guest.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure we'll see. Did you mention the 3 and 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a reason he's got skill icons. All right. Oh, here's Carl Sanford as an enemy. So he's got 3 physical, 3 mental. 3 combat, 3 evade. Humanoid leader, rival, elite, aloof, hunter. Carl Sanford cannot be damaged. Each investigator at this location gets -1 will. The jewel is mine! And he does 1 sanity damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is setup. Okay, we're looking at setup cards now here. Did we want to go into that now, or let's come back to that? Let's read some more.
Did we go beyond?
No, we were looking at it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So not everyone you encounter during this party is friendly, though. After you choose which of the 5 factions is your allied faction, one of the remaining factions then becomes your rival faction. Okay. So we use the backside, for example. Okay. Each faction has a leader character that can provide lots of assistance when they're your ally, but they can also seriously hinder you as your rival.
Okay.
For example, the infamous Carl Sanford,
who we just saw,
right, can boost your willpower and grant you an additional arcane slot when you ally with the Silver Twilight Lodge. However, if the Lodge is your rival faction, then Sanford can actually lower your willpower while being completely immune to damage. Naturally, the guest allies associated with your rival faction are off limits. And to top it all off, each faction has its own signature rival encounter card to hinder your efforts further.
Oh, wonderful. All right, since your rivals aren't really your enemies, not in the traditional sense at least, you'll need to find a way to deal with them so you can focus on completing your objectives. For example, if the locals of Kingsport are your rivals, then you'll need to parley with their leader, William Bain, and convince him that you aren't affiliated with the Lantern Club. Do so and he'll back off, taking the unlucky treachery with him. Oh, that's nice if he takes that. Well, I don't know what it does exactly, but which, considering how rough that treachery can be, is well worth the effort.
All right. So yeah, so it looks like if these are double-sided, probably the first side is when they're ally, and then you flip it to the rival side, most likely if these are your rivals.
No, 39B. So yeah, that's going to be the backside probably.
Yeah. The locals don't seem to have taken kindly to your involvement. Perhaps you can show them you don't mean any harm. Setup. Shuffle the set-aside Unlucky Treachery into the encounter deck. Put the set-aside William Bain card into play at the lead investigator's location, enemy side, face up.
Okay.
As an action, if William Bain is at your location, parlay, test any skill, difficulty 4. If you succeed, place one of your clues on this story card. Forced. When there is 1+1 per investigator clues on this story card, add it and William Bain to the victory display. Search the encounter discard pile at all play areas for unlucky and remove it from the game. Shuffle the encounter deck.
Okay, so I wonder if they're going to show us unlucky here. Nope, but this is William Bain, so he is defiant to the last. He is a humanoid leader rival elite. He is an aloof hunter. He's got 4 strength and 4 agility. He cannot be damaged. Each investigator at this location cannot commit cards to skill tests. Oh, I don't like you, William. Victory 0.
And
okay.
He provides 1
sanity. Oh yeah, and he damages, or he hits you for 1 sanity.
Okay, let's see if we're lucky enough to get the unlucky card now.
There's unlucky.
Oh look. So it's unlucky. It's it looks like you got the same art for unlucky. Yep. Surge, unlucky, cannot be canceled. Oh, it's misfortune and rival. Okay. Revelation, put unlucky into play in your threat area. You get -2 to each of your skills. Forced, when the round ends, discard unlucky. So you're unlucky for a round, basically.
Okay, but it's going to keep coming back. But he'll take that one with him. That is right. Kind of a nasty one, yeah.
So this time, instead of just losing your shoe, the worm is going to bite the shoe with your foot in it still.
Yeah, he might take it. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we're. Let's see. We'll go on then.
All right, so we'll get to those.
So naturally, the people of the Gala aren't the only beings you'll encounter. This wouldn't be an Arkham scenario without some monsters, and the Midwinter's Gala's baddest beast comes in the form of the Bloodless Man. This masked lurker. Wait. I'm feeling targeted here.
Anyone in a mask is evil.
This masked lurker creeps his way around the Gala with an eerie, pale lantern in hand, and slowly horrifying you and causing your guest allies to become spellbound. When this happens, the spellbound card is flipped face down, becoming isolated from nearly all game effects and no longer providing you with any assistance. You can restore those spellbound allies by taking hold of the lantern yourself, but you'll have to wrest it from the Bloodless Man's grasp. Just be careful not to anger him too much.
So there's a reason that I don't let you carry your lantern when we're on camera. So now
don't give away my secrets.
This explains it. So now everyone at home knows why you don't use your lantern on camera.
I gotta get a mask like that now.
You have one. The Bloodless Man, 3 per investigator hit points, and so 4 attack, 4 evade. Humanoid Lantern Club Elite Aloof Patrol. He patrols the nearest location with a guest.
So he's trying to
Eat the
spellbound your guests.
Yeah.
Look at his shadow.
Yeah. That just you know he's friendly when he has a shadow like that.
Oh yeah.
When this enemy is defeated, instead flip him over, exhaust him, and heal all but 3 per investigator damage from him. Forced. When the investigation phase ends, if this enemy is ready, deal 1 horror to each investigator and guest asset at this location. If the Pale Lantern is attached to this enemy, each guest asset at this location becomes spellbound, and he does 1 physical and 1 sanity.
So I don't remember what the keyword was, but it's not on this side. So this must be the side you have to flip him over to the other side to win that one specific with that one specific faction, I bet.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so the Pale Lantern is an asset controlled by him at the beginning. I'm assuming it has hypnotic glow. It is a relic item as an action. If the Bloodless Man has 1 or more damage on him or is in the victory display, you can test strength or agility. If you succeed, take control of the Pale Lantern and flip it over. Maybe it's the lantern has to be flipped. I don't know, one of them. Any investigator at this location may trigger this ability. Forced. When the Pale Lantern would leave play, attach it to its location instead. So basically you just drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's the flip side.
The flip side is Beguiling Aura as an item relic. As an action, flip over a spellbound card at your location.
Okay.
And as an action, exhaust the Pale Lantern. Test strength or agility 2. If you succeed, place 1 damage on it. Then if there's 4 damage on it, you break it. Add it to the victory display, ignoring its force effect, and flip over each spellbound card.
Okay, so if you can break it, you can just flip them all at one time.
Forced. When the Pale Lantern would leave play, flip it over and attach it to its location instead. Victory 1. So yeah. So
wait a minute, but it says add it to the victory display. Oh, ignoring the force. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So like if you died with it in your possession.
Yeah, you just drop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it would flip over and you'd have to start over.
Oh, hey, and it's worth a victory point.
And it's worth a victory point.
There you go.
All right.
So you get your people back and a victory point. That sounds pretty good to me. All right, so best guests. We mentioned earlier that this scenario can be played semi-cooperatively. That's what I'm saying, and that it takes
or competitively,
and that is thanks to the optional best guests variant rules. For a more challenging and thematic experience, this variant allows for up to 5 groups of players to play the scenario simultaneously in standalone mode. Oh, so wait a minute, is this going to be almost like a new variation of the Epic multiplayer?
Yeah, but it could be competitive.
Yeah, but 5 different groups. I wonder how many players that allows.
Well, this is coming in August, so there's probably going to be something at Gen Con, I'm guessing, with this scenario.
So let's
in standalone mode.
So yeah, in standalone mode, and compete against each other for the highest score. Each group allies with a different faction, allies, and their rival faction is always one of the other group's allied factions. For example, if there are 3 groups and Group A is allied with the Foundation, Group B with the Syndicate, and Group C with the Silver Twilight Lodge, then Group A's rival could be the Syndicate, B's could be the Lodge, and C's could be the Foundation.
All right. During a game, the players of your rival group can fiddle with your encounter deck each time the agenda advances, potentially stacking it with their faction-specific encounter cards to hinder your efforts. Aside from that, the main source of competition comes in the form of end-of-game scoring. During the scenario, there are all sorts of various tasks your groups can try to compete for points. This ranges from collecting clues to recruit guest allies to defeating the Bloodless Man, and they're worth pursuing even if you aren't playing the best guests variant. The amount of experience you earn for completing the scenario scales to the number of points you earn while playing it. So make sure to be on your best behavior while attending this esteemed event.
Oh, and so since some of them have like, well, you want to end with more, your endpoint scoring was you want to end with more clues, so kind of as a take that mechanic, you could take their clues, basically.
Yeah.
Wow, that's mean. That is mean. I guess that's a good reason they call it a killer party. This is going to be a night to remember.
Or semi-cooperative.
Yeah. With over a dozen high-profile guests and horrific nightmares made manifest, the Midwinter Gala is one party no fan of Arkham Horror the card game will want to miss. Look forward to stepping foot into the ballroom with the Midwinter Gala. When the Midwinter Gala hits stores in August. All right. So... yeah, no, this one sounds really interesting with the introduction of the factions and the basically the the group versus group play of it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you do still have to work together to complete the thing, because otherwise you're all going to lose. So, you definitely have to cooperate to some extent. But
yeah, that's the semi-competitive that they're talking about. So yeah, and we kind of started with our local game store. We're doing a lot of the epic multiplayer scenarios. So this could be one where we can do a competitive one once it comes out.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. We might have to look at how the teams are distributed on that one a little bit more, because we do have some less experienced players in that group, so we don't want to set them all off. A lot of times we'll play in a group together, so we want to make sure that they're with more experienced players, so they're not at a disadvantage there.
No, we have a good coordinator.
Yeah, we do. We've got a really good
works for the store, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. All right. Oh, yeah. Anyways. So
I'm looking forward to this one. This sounds like this could be a lot of fun.
This looks interesting.
I mean, I'm interested. I wouldn't mind actually trying this with each of the different factions, and then trying the semi-competitive.
There you go. You can say it, folks. Semi-competitive mode. Yeah.
The competitive mode.
The competitive mode, which is the term I coined a long time ago.
Doesn't matter. I'm still using it. I like it.
All right.
I've been using it for years.
All right. Anyways, so definitely looking forward to that. So thank you for watching, everyone.
All right.
Please like and subscribe.
There we go.
Hey everyone, if you like that, we got more videos. There should be one, if we can figure out here, one here, and you can subscribe down there.
Hey, that might be the easiest we've ever done that.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.